Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome everyone. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري ويشرك في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. We have been studying the 20th word of Nusi's book, and we studied last week, just as an introduction to this verse, say, if all mankind and the jinn were together to produce the like of this Quran, they couldn't produce the like thereof, even if they backed up each other with help and support. Even all human beings get together, they cannot do it. We studied and talked about this verse, the content of this verse, that it is because the main subject of the 20th word is to discuss with the miracles of the prophets. So the most important miracle of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, is the Quran. So Quran itself says, I am peerless, I am inimitable. You cannot imitate me. No one can. We said, literally, yes, it is. When you really study the rhetoric of the Quran, grammar of the Quran, it is so wonderful. But not everybody can study that depth to understand the details and how the adjustments perfectly are done in details in order to hit the point what the verses of the Quran is really what the verses of the Quran really teach human beings, it is readers. So apparently looking at the language without seeing the rhetorical value of it, everybody says, no, I can say like, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alamin, what's wrong with it and what is difficult about it? And also some verses look like really as you and I are speaking between ourselves. Yes, there are some really very challenging verses, especially in the beginning of the revelation of the Quran, because the Quran introduces himself to a society where the rhetoric is really the most valuable good or most valuable element as far as human beings' values are concerned. The philosophers of that community used to be poets. So they were maybe most developed in poetry in their time of the world. So really, when you read the poems they have written, they are wonderful and they are very delicate and very successful. So he is challenging them. Now look at the rhetoric. Then you are proud of it. Now the Quran's rhetoric is really unchallengeable. No one can really challenge it. That time they accepted it. That's why they said, they accused the Prophet saying, you must get this message from somewhere, maybe genes somewhere, from somewhere. It is not normal for you to say all these sentences or all these Quranic verses. So they cannot produce it, especially this is true for us now, not only from rhetorical side of it, because we don't have this challenge anymore. We are not living in a culture or using a language which will challenge with Arabic quality of the Quranic language. But we are speaking English, as you see, between ourselves, even with my appalling language, we can communicate with each other, I hope. So we may not be able to really be the subject of this rhetorical side of the Quran, but we are left with the message of the Quran, which is also inevitable, impossible. Why? It is giving us the news about the source of existence of this universe and describing his qualities to us in such a way that we human beings, by using our human qualities, can confirm it by using the witnessing of the creation out there and concluding that only the one who created this universe in an inimitable way can explain the secrets of this creation in the way that I'm reading in the Quran. This way is very much valid nowadays, and we have to take notice of this side of the creation and also this side of the Quran. They are corresponding to each other, so you can easily say when you seriously study the content of the Quran, the creator of the universe, as well as the creator of human beings, is speaking. So that if we notice, although it is not our subject, but it is an interesting point to share with you, that I am excited about it. That's why two contradicting sides are corresponding to each other in a perfect way. One side is human beings. We have endless needs. The more we have, the more we need. For example, centuries ago, there was no telephone. So they made a telephone like a big box. So they were really pleased that it is a big scientific success, discovery. They could communicate with each other so heavy that people couldn't, of course, carry from here and there. Just put it there in their offices and communicate with another person who is connected that time in his own office, that this heavy, big box is there. Now, as we discovered the telephone, and we started, let's have it a light one, let's have it a smaller one, let's have it with this quality, that quality, smartphones, no, most fashionable one, no end. And also, not only the telephone speech, not the picture, why not? How about just live discussions? How about Zoom meetings now that we are having at the same time from all over the world through meetings here? Never ends. This is only one subject. How about the other topics also? Means of transportations, and also, God forbid, to do something bad, lots of things which the people are, I don't want to name them, inventing or not, finding out, misusing the creation for human caprices, weapons, all sorts of them. No end. One one side represents human needs extended into thousands of years ahead. We don't know what I will feel need more. How about the universe? It is now one side, human side is the need. The other side is the universe supplying, satisfying this need within its order, which waits to be discovered. Look at the miraculous creation. For the moment, human needs are here, universe is there, and some strange people with, I don't know which kind of mind they have, say it is just developing randomly. Randomly, but it is developing randomly, but it is perfect as the moment, and it already includes what human beings will need 1,000, maybe 20,000, 100,000 years later. The order of the universe has already included in it. How random happenings will know what will happen, what the human beings will need 100,000 years later. It is random happening. And human beings also the same. We have needs, it's there. We have even needs goes into infinite. I want an absolute, with no limit, limited satisfaction. It is there already now. Who is arranging it? Of course, the one who gave existence to the universe as the supplier, and to human beings as the needy ones, knowing what they will need and supply together, corresponding to each other perfectly. That is the Quran's presentation of the creator of the universe, God. No one can imagine, no one can say it, no one can know this creator and describe him in this perfect way as it is described in the Quran. It is the most challenging aspect of the Quran, the news he brings about the creator, the news it brings about the hereafter that human beings need for eternal satisfaction extends into the hereafter and necessitates that there must be another world. Without the message from God, we can never ever know there must be another existence. Why? Completely different, not the continuation of it, completely different in nature. We are familiar with this concept just because we keep hearing this news from the revelations delivered to human beings. Okay, that is why Quran is the most brilliant miracle of the Prophet Muhammad. That's why it is in the list now. Okay, let me read the following. This verse, of course, you can always interrupt. You can always interrupt me. You can always ask your questions, make your comments, whatever, and also our friend here, you can also do the same. So you've got the book, can get my book. Here it is. So find out the page. There is a date on the site. If there is not, go one page backward. Okay, now, did you get maybe one? Okay, so which describes the purity of its exposition, the eloquence of its expression, the comprehensiveness of its meanings, and the elevatedness and sweetness of its styles concerning truth and reality, which are the most brilliant of the all-wise Quran's aspects of miraculousness. So we have to say, concerning truth and reality. This is the most brilliant of the all-wise Quran's aspects of miraculousness. Language-wise, yes, but we cannot do the comparison now, the language-wise. I am not able to do that. But language-wise, it seems to be, because it's shallow on the surface, understanding of the language of the Quran, it seems to be a normal human speech, although there are some unimaginably interesting news in it, such the things which were not known during the Prophet's time. These are called the scientific, miraculous side of the Quran. Yeah, but the language-wise, I don't know. I cannot do it. But definitely I can appreciate the truth and reality it presents to me. It is inimitable. That's what we have been talking about this side while we were talking or making a comment on the verse itself. This concerning the truth and reality, which are the most brilliant of the all-wise Quran's aspect of miraculousness, through verses like this, about it. It directs the gaze of man and jinn to the clearest and most brilliant aspect of this pre-eternal miracle. So pay attention to the meaning and the truth it teaches us. You will understand that only the creator of the universe can explain the secrets of the universe in the way that the Quran explains it. If there was no revelation before Quran, also Torah, Bible, whatever, Psalms, known texts, we would never be able to imagine what is the mystery of this creation. How come I can explain it? Even we wouldn't have the concept of the creator, we wouldn't have the concept of God. No, we wouldn't have it. Go and see the part of the world where most of the people, especially Buddhist population, in rural areas, they never have the concept of God and the creator. They say, hey, that's how it is, that's it. We are born and we die. Why? That's it. We don't know. It is a secret for them, but they don't know because they were not introduced to the revelation. So it provokes all men and jinn, arousing the eagerness of its friends and obstinacy of its enemies. So says, look, that is what news I bring to you. If you challenge me, come up with a counter argument. Bring your evidence, Quran says. Hatu burhanekum. Bring your evidence. So it is very challenging for the enemies. But the friends, those people who say, well, let me see what you are saying with a good intention, it really has lots of encouragements and for them to investigate the universe and read the Quran and see the news and see the parallel between them or witnessing to each other. Quran shows, look, be careful. While you are studying the universe, you must pay attention to this aspect of it. You will realize the truth in its existence. The universe says, hey, look at the Quran. While you are reading it, you will realize that my Creator is speaking to you. Life, the machine, and it is user's manual. So they correspond to each other. The best way of benefiting from the Quran is to look at the universe and understand that the speech includes this as it is witnessed in the universe. From another aspect, if you want to benefit from the universe in the best way, look at the manual book, user's manual book. It will give you the best way to benefit from it, so that you will discover meaning in it. Otherwise, you will be puzzled. What these wonderful things are going on in the subatomic world? Why is it so perfectly arranged? Why? What is the point? In so details, everything has a perfect purpose to reach, to fulfill. And at the end they die. What does it mean? And Quran says, it shows you need another creation where you can satisfy your infinite satisfaction, expectations. I put in you for this, so that you will understand only the Creator of the universe can satisfy you. Universe itself is dead. When you are die, when you are giving death, universe is dead. They cannot do anything to you, only your body rots there. But your human side is suspended. I don't know what to do with it. My mind, my feelings, how am I going to satisfy with them? Because I am a human being, I'm not a body. So Quran teaches you, you are a human being, you are not body. Your body is your body, your vehicle. But you are utilizing it. Quran teaches all this. So, all right. It also places, here we are, it also places that miracle before the eyes of creatures in such a way that it is as if the only aim of man coming into this world is to take that miracle as his goal and guiding principle, and studying it to understand the purpose of his creation and to proceed towards it. Unfortunately, today couldn't make it. She said she cannot make it, our moderator. So she marked here to produce towards it, this yellow pass, because the Quran encourages, come on, study the universe. I prepared it for you. The more you study, the more you discover how it is made, how it is prepared, the more you become aware of the reality that the Quran is teaching you, or I am teaching you through my speech. You will see the correspondence between them, perfectly confirming each other. Although one of them is the supplier, the other one is the needy one, consumer. Supplier and consumer. And that is interesting to pay attention. 1,000 years later, what the human feelings will need more and more. And then go to the universe, investigate it. Yes, whatever you need, it is there. Investigate it, it is there as well, prepared in the order of the universe. Already there. So miraculous creation. So the materialists can think of until up to this point and say that that's it. That's what the universe is. No, the universe is not that. It has potentials, goes into I don't know where, because centuries ago, People didn't know what I have, what kind of needs I have now. So I don't need only a telephone. I need the most updated model of the telephone. So, and also another thing, telephone is not enough. Too big, man. I have to have it on my wrist as a watch. And later on, we don't know. Everything will be just in a virtual life. You will see as you are going, watching a YouTube or film, movie. So there's nothing there. So they are saying lots of things. I think that soon the cashiers will be unemployed and laid out. Why? The technology is saying that we don't need you. Everybody will have its own card with him. Whatever they buy, we will take it out of his account. Why? Automatically, the card will do it. Don't worry, we don't need you. And the cashiers will go home, if not hungry, resting. There's no work. So what will we don't know? Lots of people are being laid out because of the technological development. Is it good? It is bad. And technological development is also needs some employees or engineers to do. I mean, that is the balance. But human beings are expected to have more time to think about their reality. It is the expected thing, but unfortunately, this life circle organized by these secular civilizations makes us more engaged in the worldly affairs. We don't have much time, free time, because we need a lot. We need a lot. So they keep bombarding the advertisements. I am afraid of doing any search because I see on the sides endless advertisements. So they are very professionally designed. Your eye goes there. I thought I have a very strong willpower, but still my eyes go there. Can you imagine who is not aware of it? They will go into the web page to search for something useful for them. They will forget about it and get lost in the advertisements. People are weak. They don't train themselves. Youth, how can you expect an innocent young boy or girl, 16 years old, how can they prevent themselves from falling into the trap of these advertisements? So from one aspect, you see that the life is going to be easier and easier. From another aspect, the reality is out there, everybody's more busy. Why? Lots of needs are popping up every day. A new thing. A unit says, well, it's very practical. It's very practical. Our life is full of gadgets. But that making my life easy. But I'm working more than before to buy these gadgets. I don't know what's happening. So we have to watch out. It is the handicap of secularist understanding, materialist understanding of creation, secularist understanding of civil life. It means civilization. We have to watch out. We have to watch out. We have to be very careful. We have to educate ourselves and train our free will to resist, not to fall into this trap. By saying that technology is really making our life more convenient. And we say, welcome to the trap again. Because it doesn't mean that you don't use it. Use your brain, use your free will. They are not, by definition, harmful, but be careful. You may be dragged into this, how to say, in the sea, big seas. Sorry?
A cycle?
Sorry? In the oceans, the swallows everything. How is it called?
A whirlpool?
Like
Whirlpool?
Whirlpool, huh? Yeah. Be careful. Otherwise, they will suck you. Yeah, they will suck you. You work until 65 in order to hoping that you will be retired and comfortable. You won't be able. Your retirement money payment will not be enough for your needs if you have not been really clever and prepared. This is a very serious problem for us nowadays. Inshallah, we will have this consciousness and educate ourselves, train ourselves about the subject. Anyways, in brief, the miracles of the other prophets, peace be upon them, all indicate a wonder of human art or craft. And Adam's, peace be upon him, miracle indicates in concise form. Adam is the concise form. The following of the prophets are each of them. Each subject is represented and explained in details through the miracles of each prophet differently. But Adam has the core of everything in its creation, but every human being has. But the Quran describes human beings are the center of all the qualities of the universe that they can discover and benefit from potentially. Now, every prophet came and taught, look, for example, you do this. Look, for example, you do that. Every prophet is specialized in one area of miraculous side of the creation. Adam is the concise one. Besides the basis of those crafts, the index of the sciences and branches of knowledge and of wonders and perfections and urges men towards them by giving Adam teaching Adam the qualities of its creator, which are manifested in the universe as well. So they are corresponding to each other. So I am giving the tool to discover, and universe is prepared, whatever I need to discover in its order, already prepared, waiting for me to discover by using my tool, as if digging the universe, the order of the universe, finding out how can I benefit from it, as if the treasure hunter. So this relationship between the universe and human beings, and the Quran is being the guide for human beings how to do this, how to establish this relationship with your universe, so that you will have a most comfortable life in this world, as well as you will have a satisfactory needs about the creator of the universe, so that you will be satisfied your unsatisfied expectations of human needs, which is what summarized in eternal happiness. The universe doesn't give you eternal happiness, but shows you where you can find it. So, as for the Quran of miraculous exposition, the supreme miracle of Prophet Muhammad والسلام, since it shows in detail the Quran, his supreme miracle is the Quran. The Quran shows in detail the reality of teaching of the names. It points clearly to the true goal of the sciences and branches of knowledge. It means through true goal of this one, the true goal, purpose of the sciences and branches of knowledge, which are truth and reality, not as the materialists interpret that, accidental happening. This perfect arrangement accidentally happened. Come on, who buys it? But people seem to be not using their human qualities. So they fall into their trap. So which are truth and reality, as well as the perfections, the attainments, and happiness in the world and the next. That this bolded section is important. Happiness in the world, you can get it, and the world, the next one, the next world, in the next creation. You can benefit from the material side of this universe and follow the order of the universe, the way the universe is created. You can find happiness in this world, whatever you feel that you need it. But through the guidance of the speech of the creator of the universe, we can learn that all our unsatisfied expectations will be satisfied by the one who arranged this universe and you with this infinite need for satisfaction. Find him out. That is, Quran has these two aims at the same time, happiness of this world and the next. With truly powerful arrangements, it urges, the Quran urges men towards them. It encourages and urges in a such way, it says, oh man, as if, oh man, in the face of manifestation of dominicality, this lordship manifested in this universe, the elevated purpose of the universe is man's universal worship and submission to God. Elevated purpose of the universe is men's, here we are, men's universal worship and submission to God, while his furthest aim is to attain to that worship by means of those sciences and perfection. This is extremely important. By means of sciences and perfections. How am I going to utilize the science and perfections in order to end up worshiping the Creator, submitting my existence to the Creator? That is what Quran teaches us. I will use the sciences because sciences are referred to through miracles of the prophets explained in the Quran, disclosed in the Quran. I think we should follow this logic of the Quran. I have seen somebody raise a hand. Fariha, please go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. You mentioned something about the unsatisfactory human expectations. And pretty much that's what we experience here. If we were to assess our condition on what is being satisfied here, only the bodily needs are satisfied here. But through this bodily need, we get to know also our human needs, and that side is not satisfied here. Hence, there must be an abode or a platform where these needs will be satisfied. I just wanted to reiterate on this.
Okay. Thank you. That's a good point. That's what the Quran is for, that teaches two sides at the same time. And how are we going to really learn this shows in what our reality is, what the reality of the universe is. Thank you for this comment.
However, if I may add something, mostly our problem here is that we get stuck in our bodily needs, not a lot of them not being satisfied. For some, okay, but like you were saying, something is satisfied, then we have myriads of more and more needs. Just because these bodily needs are not met here, put a lot of strain on our emotional side as well. And we need to get out of that despair, because we're not given existence here to have our, I mean, the major bodily needs are satisfied, but they're like more with what advancements are offering us, which is good. We should, utilize these, but it doesn't mean that this is it. I'm not here just to consume whatever is available out there. So I think just being mindful of getting out of this mindset of the bodily needs, or utilizing that need and really getting deeper into the existential side will help us solve our human problems.
Yeah. Thank you. I can just summarize as an addition to the more we realize the delicate arrangement of the universe, the more we understand, the more we learn the delicate arrangements in the creation of the universe, the more we realize how wonderful its creator is. So we admire its creator. That is why every science must be used in order to end up or conclude that I have to worship the creator of this wonderful universe. I have to be appreciative of his work. I have to thank him. I have to worship, means I have to accept that he is my Lord. He is my owner. I can relate my existence to him and explain everything or get any sort of expectations to be satisfied, my expectations to be satisfied from him, not from the transient world. That is the secrets in why Quran keeps mentioning about the miracles of the prophets. The purpose is this, to teach us that you can utilize the universe in order to get to know me better, and also in order to know who your Lord is, owner is, which simply means who or to whom your existence belongs. Inshallah. Thank you. At the end of time, mankind will be concentrating on science and learning. By the way, this sentence was said 1 century ago. For now, we know that it is going to be so more and more. It becomes clearer and clearer. At the end of time, mankind will be concentrating on science and learning. It will obtain all its strength from science. So we have to watch out. We have to watch out. We shouldn't leave the world or scientific studies to those biased, short-sighted, materialist people. We keep saying that I'm going to study religion. Yeah, if you want to if you want to study religion, go study biology. Don't forget the Quran. How it is, it helps you, guides you. How are you going to use it? So both sides, materialist people, forget about the Quran. Those believers forget about the universe. There is no link. Now, this author is crazy about establishing this link, which is missing for centuries back. Only the Quran students are expected to do that. The others are not really related to the creation. You don't really find much in the Bible. No, I don't think any reference to the creation. In Torah, somehow. In Psalms, yes. But Quran is full. All his argument is based on this. So only the students of the Quran are expected to do that. So the science will rule the future. Whoever gets this area will gain it. But those people who are studying, the believers, I know many believers, you know many believers who are studying science. Now, any sort of engineering, biology, or medical studies, all that. They are human, even psychology, sociology, social life, science of social life, science of philosophy, how human mind works, and how do we really solve our problems, this intellectual problems. They are all science. Unfortunately, it's a horrible situation in the Muslim world. The students of the Quran are expected to do that. That's why I'm very worried about the future of Muslim population, because when they want to study, they say, I'm going to go to Egypt, Saudi Arabia, whatever the Arabian country, Morocco mostly. What are you going to do? I'm going to learn Arabic. And then the Quran, study Arabic language of the Quran, and meanwhile, memorize some of the verses, a little bit, not much, I know them, and come here and become a sheikh. Like me. They don't know nothing. The universe is the source of proof, evidence, to confirm the reality, truthfulness of the Quran. Neglecting science, neglecting Quran. Don't mischieve yourself, misguide yourself. Quran cannot be studied without the witnessing of the universe. You cannot benefit from it. You can just only learn fiqh rules and teach common people, if you do this halal, if you do this haram. And that's the religion. This is only 3% of religion. That's religion, but 3% of it. Where is 97%? Unfortunately, it is a heartbreaking reality of the students of the Quran, all the Muslims, shuyukh. Okay, I will continue. Also, oh yeah, the time is really getting closer. So also, since the Quran of miraculous exposition repeatedly puts forward its eloquence and beauty of expression by illusion, it says, you have to understand, it's rhetoric. Uses many figures of speech. So you have to look at it, because Quran is not a codification book, law book, saying to do this, or not mathematics book or physics book, that is the equation. No, it is the interpretation of creation, interpretation of even psychology. So these interpretations must use allegories, parables, metaphors, similes, in order to open up the human mind to see what is this concrete, apparently concrete nature of universe really means, and especially refers to the next creation. How can I imagine it? You have to use symbols, figures, analogies. And how about the word of angels, God? Definitely, you cannot say that it is like a mountain. It is like a tree. They are material beings. These are non-material existence. Definitely you have to use many other ways of figures of speech to across the message to human beings. So that is why Quran always uses or speaks by illusion. At the end of time, eloquence and beauty of expression, the most brilliant of the sciences and the branches of knowledge, will be most sought after in all their varieties. Everybody will run after it, even in order to make one another accept their ideas and carry out their word. It's very important news that we got 100 years ago. We are face to face with this reality now. To make one another accept their idea and carry out their word, men will find their most effective weapon in eloquent expression. What we call it, the best presentation of videos, best presentation of whatever. And their most irresistible force in fine oratory, or I may be mispronounced oratory? Oratory. Thank you. That is the reason for the last revelation. The Quran was revealed with the best eloquence. Now, the Quran being the best eloquence, or revealed in the best eloquence, is a science that, no, you are going into this field now. This is the last revelation, and it is miraculousness is in it is eloquence. It means everything will be ending up with eloquence of speech, eloquence of interpretation of the universe. You see that the young generation are deceived with this. I am a scientist wearing a white lap cloth or cloth, and having lots of laboratory machines behind them, speaking, that is reality. Yeah, the universe is real, correct. What you found out is real in the universe. How you interpret it materialistic is just garbage, accidental. You will say euphony. Yeah, accidental. Perfect arrangement. Formulas are upon formulas, and finding out how we can utilize from them, perfectly arranged, and still saying that random happenings are providing all this for us. Crazy. But this definitely will come to an end. Definitely must come to an end. Must come to an end. Some people will say, come on, the human beings cannot be that irrational and biased. No, we have to admit, we cannot explain it in material terms, especially referring it to random happenings. Now, something naturally happening like that. It means naturally happening means itself. No one says it happens itself, it created itself, but they say natural, but natural means itself. Man, they play with the words, worse than magicians, the Pharaoh's magicians. Okay, in short, most of the Quran's verses are keys to a treasury of perfections and guides to a store of knowledge, the real knowledge. If you wish, you may reach up the skies of the Quran. It means really understand the deep message in it, skies of the Quran, and the stars of its verses. It is, again, using analogy. Yeah, stars are its verses. Sky is the Quran itself. By making the previous 20 words a stairway of 20 steps, it means we are reading now, studying the 20th section of the book. The author says, I have try to prepare your mind to understand this message through 20 steps. Each step is presented, it's really deliberately arranged. The first word, second word, this is the 20th word. Yeah. Through them, you will see what a brilliant sun is the Quran. See how it sprinkles a pure light, spreads pure light over the divine truth, not the truth that I can find like 2 + 2 makes 4. And divine truth, it means absolute source of knowledge, is revealing the reality of this universe. And the truth of the contingent realm. Contingent means this. Contingent universe is this universe, continuously changing and transient. But referring to what? Permanent. Not contingent, but essential reality. For example, let's say if an artist is producing new pieces of art, what does it mean? Each piece demonstrates his quality of art in another way, in another way, in another way. It means pieces change, but the artist is the same. So this simple example, extremely simple. So divine truth and the truth of the contingent reality, this universe, see what a brilliant effulgence it spreads. It means all the what the Quran is revealing the reality of this universe and teaching us what the source of this universe is and his qualities, and then referring it to our needs. The needs which look for eternal happiness can only be satisfied by this creator, not the universe. So attach your existence to him and get in touch with him and try to understand the way of satisfaction through acknowledging him as your owner, your Lord. Then say, you can provide it to me. So I'm going to die. I don't care. Death is going to be given to me by you. You are the one who gave me life. There must be a wisdom. I enjoy life. There must be a wisdom. You know what you are doing. You give me death because I am bad. No, everybody dies. Even the most appreciated people, the prophets, Quran says, they die. Why? Everybody is yearning for the eternal happiness. Leave this body. It doesn't work anymore. Like leaving the car at the airport, car park, leave it there in the cemetery. Get on the airplane. This is what happens. It's another analogy. Conclusion. Oh, okay, let's finish this conclusion. The time is up. Sorry, I have to rush. Since together with alluding to the wonders of present-day human progress, where is it? Where is the end of the sentence? Come on, all of them. Okay. Since together with alluding to the wonders of present-day human progress, but these are the only things that we are experiencing. There will be lots of discoveries which will, Jesus' miracles, we're referring to this, we will say that. So it is in the future. All the verses about the prophets are also in a style which as though infers and traces their limits in the future. No, go this way, further. Universe is potentially has it, universe potentially has it, and you need it. They will correspond to each other. Don't despair. The only thing is eternity. Universe cannot give eternity, but it is transient, it is contingent. Okay, limited. And since it is certain that all the verses point to numerous meanings, indeed, it is unanimously agreed upon, and since there are categorical commands to follow and obey the prophets, the Quran says, follow the prophets, follow the prophets. We understand following the prophet only in worship, ritualistic prayers. No, following the prophetic miracles mentioned in the Quran, investigated in the universe. This is also sunnah of the prophets. And also following the eloquent explanation, rhetorical value of the Quran, how the unseen word or ghaib, not unseen word, not yet materially experienced word, or the word, the level of existence which cannot be really experienced within the limitations of this transient universe. Now, discover it. Which kind of creator he is. What other kinds of creatures there are. Discover it. Not only that, what we see, no, the meaning of the universe is there. What do they refer to? And also human feelings have two tendencies. One is this, one is this way, the other one is opposite. One of them is true, one of them is non-existent. But I am in the middle of two. One side of me says this, one side of me says that. What are the factors there? So human spirit, the Quran names it Satan, jinn, Muslim jinns, or the believing jinns, not believing jinns, believing human beings, non-believing human beings, disbelieving human beings. They come with whisperings from both sides. What is that? Oh no, disbelieving man, his idea is not material. Believing man, his understanding, his belief is not material. They are also existing in reality within this universe. Although we cannot touch them, but we see them, we experience them, we know them. How can we deny the existence of these immaterial beings existing in the universe? So the Quran gives all the news about these types of existent things in the universe. So in this world. So let me read from here. All the verses point to numerous meanings. In this, it is unanimously agreed upon. Since there are categorical commands to follow and obey the prophets, categorical commands follow and obey the prophets, it means to study science is sunnah of the prophets, not only one prophet, Muhammad. Quran points it to us. Then together with the explicit meaning of those above verses that we have studied so far, it may be said that they indicate in elusive fashion the importance of men's arts and sciences and urge him towards them. So they are all indicate in elusive fashion. Elusive means not literally doesn't say follow Jesus's miracles, but by narrating it, it is really alluding to it, inferring to it. Now, why am I mentioning that Jesus performed this kind of miracles? Why? What's the point? I've never seen Jesus. I don't know what really they happened or not. What are you expecting it to me? No, it is possible, man. It is possible for you. I'm just telling you in an elusive way. So the importance of men's arts and sciences and urges him towards them. It's a wonderful, wonderful understanding of the miracles of the prophets, which I've never read anywhere else. I'm amazed. Somehow I'm familiar with what is happening, what had happened in the past. That's very interesting to see that mentioning the miracles of the prophets in the Quran, it is encouraging us. You know, there are many verses. There are many verses urges that, no, obey God and follow the prophetic example. Follow the prophetic example. And this sentence we read here, follow the prophetic example I presented to you in the form of Solomon's miracles, in the form of Abraham's miracles, in the form of Moses' miracles, Jesus' miracles. What does it mean? Why do I mention that? Follow their sunnah. It is wonderful, delightful understanding of this mentioning of the Quran, the miracles of the prophets. Unimaginably important. MashaAllah, I will say, may Allah treat the author's spirit with his mercy, infinite mercy. He opens up our mind what kind of treasure the Quran is. Only we shouldn't reduce it to historical events. So, to me, it is not justice to do this to the Quran. Say that Moses did this. Moses, why? Why? Why do you tell me? Moses' stuff. Where is it? It is very interesting. One of his books is called The Stuff of Moses. What does he mention there? There was no reference to the prophets, Moses' reference to its stuff. The Quran says so. No, it is full of evidence from the creation of the universe. There is no name of Moses, the prophet. But the book is called The Stuff of Moses. Teaches me how we should understand the miraculous the narrations in the Quran of the miracles of Moses' stuff, evidence from the universe. Challenging the magicians, scientists of Pharaoh, challenging only getting the evidence from the universe. It is an amazing interpretation and understanding of the Quran. I'm really, really impressed. And I'm very thankful to God. Alhamdulillah, God has introduced this book to me. Thank you. Jazakumullah khair. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. بحرمة سر سورة الفاتحة. Inshallah, I'll see you next Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. Inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum.